If you want to support these projects, head over to mulliganbrothers.com, where you can now buy the Inspire Change t-shirts and much, much more. And please consider becoming a YouTube member with the join button down below. Before that, let's jump into the highlights.
Well, once in high school, I think Coach Wade did an amazing job with us young teenagers, preparing us for that next level, that next step, because we had no idea what that next step was. We just wanted to play basketball, but trying to, impounded information to some egotistic young teenagers, it could be difficult. But he was able to get us on that understanding that we are student athletes, we're not athletes. We're student athletes, and the student part was going to allow you to become the athlete that you want to be. And by him, embedding that in our head and understanding the understanding of what we have to do on the court as well as off the court, allowed us to be prepared for college, because you have so much me time in college, where if you don't have that balance and that understanding how to deal with it, you can really get lost and really just be focusing on that athletic part of it. And then you get pushed aside because you didn't deal with the academic student part of it. And you weren't able to showcase what you was able to do as an athlete. And by him giving us that understanding, it made it so much easier for us to know that basketball is a time, it's a father time type of thing. But the student part is forever. So once we understood that, a lot of us really was able to, excel in life. I'm 5'3" in college. I didn't grow anymore. I'm still 5'3", from my 9th, 10th, 11th grade all the way up. I stopped growing when I was 9 years old. I mean, in my 9th grade, because I think I was 5'1", and then I got to 5'2", 5'3", but that was the extent of it. No more extension for me in terms of height-wise, but 5'3" was it. I knew that I wasn't going to grow much taller. My mom, my dad, my brothers and sisters were short. My dad was only 5'6". My brother was 5'7". He's the tallest of the family. So I knew I was going to be in that 5-foot range in terms of, what the family structure was made of. So I didn't have no hang-ups on wanting to be tall. I never wished I was tall. Kids don't understand that. I never wished I was tall. People don't believe that, but, I never wished I was tall. I just accepted who I was, and, but it's hurtful that I was getting short jokes and those type of things, but I never wished that I was tall. Each level you move up, you facing tougher and stronger and better players. So, high school, I was able to get through there. College, it was the same situation my freshman year. I came off the bench, had to play behind Danny Young to learn from that. Guys were bigger, stronger, but the talent pool was pretty much equal, that I thought that I was on the same playing field. But just a matter of learning and understanding what that level or that competition was about, and how to understand it, and how to, be accepted amongst these guys now who say, call your teammates, on this collegiate level, which is in the ACC, which is the high, supposed to be the toughest conference, in land of basketball at the time. The kid coming from the inner city, still 5'3", still being questioned. Okay, he made it on the junior high school level, in elementary, he made it in high school, but now he's facing bigger, stronger, tougher players that's, no longer, on that high school level. These are almost close to men, that how he's going to compete with these guys. And, for me, it was just a matter of just going out there improving, showcasing what I was capable of doing, have to change my game in some regards, in terms of have to score more, because you have to keep the offense or the defense, balance-wise, off balance. And understanding that part, because I was small, I was different from all the other players. It felt like I had to adjust to them, but really they had to adjust to me, because they never seen a guy my size playing against them. So, that low to the floor, they had to protect the basketball. So, and me understanding all this, what I'm impacting, how I'm impacting the game, it allowed me to really explore it and really take it to another level, to really start to get up in guys once they got the ball, not at half court, but at 94 feet, as soon as they take it out, and make them work to get across half court. So all those little things that I had to do, that I did, allowed me to be, still impactful, and change the game in that regards, to where now my height is not being discussed so much. If you look at whatever your weakness is, you got to try to turn it to a strength, and not let them know that this is a weakness. And the way I had it is, and the way I did it was that You know, guys see you small, they feel like they could post you up. I was just a strong little guy, but I knew that guards wasn't comfortable playing with their back towards the basket because they don't have the fat man, the big man type of moves, and it only takes 3-4 seconds in order to play defense, in order for someone to help and for the game to get, you know, the ball to be moved. So having that understanding, having the high IQ of the game allowed me also to be it'd be very impactful. So where guys couldn't feel like they was taking advantage of me, you know, and it took away from the big guys being down there. So it was more of a, you know, a disruption of one's game plan from them trying to go down there and use it to where they're trying to take the ball out of the big man hand and give it to a guard, which he's not comfortable doing. So it worked in our favor, in my favor. So having that understanding, you know, I just continue to keep, you know, exploring more and more. I don't care how small, how big you are, if that skill set don't match up with you leading and how you leading, you know, everybody's going to be second guessing you, calling you out. So for me, you know, I gained the respect of the guys because they knew and they felt like I was a true leader. You know, I was leading us in the right direction. I was an extension of the coach. And everything made sense to what I was saying in order for us to be the team that we wanted to be. And, you know, you always recognize, especially at that point guard position, you know, who's effective, you know, how effective he's been and how he's running the team and how effective the team is and how much chemistry that we have with each other and are we winning, you know, and that's what it all bounds down. Then, you know, we was winning, you know, we had a lot of, everybody was playing their role and, you know, and it all, you know, that's how the chemistry was able to form and that's how you gain the respect from the guys. Yeah, Nudie, I tell you, may he rest in peace. He was such a joy to be around. So funny, so entertaining, but such a talented player. I mean, being 7'6", able to block shots, protect the basket the way he was able to do, and not only that, to shoot threes before the threes now starting to become such a very integral part of the game. But he was doing it back then at that size, and he just has such a spirit, you know, such a spirit within him that it really resonated amongst the team as well as the organization. He was a giving young man. I mean, he went back to Sudan to try to build a school for the folks back there. Some things didn't go well for him, you know, like he wanted to, but he stayed true to himself and he stayed true to his family and friends and continued to, you know, to uplift his family. And now we have his son, Bo, that's, you know, a product of him, you know, that's representing his family, you know, with Denver. So I'm so proud and I was grateful that I had the opportunity to play with Manu. Well, it is true. Steph Mendel was playing with the Charlotte Hornets, and Steph was very young, about 5 at the time, and he came in the locker room. I gave him like a little airplane ride, you know, because that's how close our families are with each other. But he's been around the game for so long, and he's been, like, again, soaking up information. We had no idea he was going to be the kid that he is today, but we knew he was talented with the basketball. We knew he could play the game of basketball. Even when he was at Charlotte Christian, you know, playing here, you know, just small, but still able to, you know, put up some good numbers. No big colleges, you know, came after him, recruiting because they thought his frame was too slender. You know, he was small. He wasn't as tall and strong as his dad, but they knew he could shoot the basketball. But in Virginia Tech, didn't even want to give him an opportunity to come and play for him. They wanted to redshirt him the first year. But Davidson saw something in the kid, you know. Maybe not that. They just felt like, hey, he's a kid that has skills, come from great genes, you know, great academic. He's a smart kid. McCollum did his homework and say, hey, kid, we got an opportunity for you to come over here and join our university. Steph looked at it as an opportunity, you know. It may have been a small college, small university, but it's an opportunity. And for him, had that mindset and went on and took on that challenge. Not only did he put the school on the map, but he just kind of reinvigorate this game of basketball with the 3-ball. Now the 3-ball became such an art, a very important part of the game now. Not only just at the line, but 5 and 6 feet beyond the line. So he's impacted the game in a whole new way. And with this generation now that's starting to witness this, I mean, that's where the game is today. You know, he's kind of, you know, evolutionized the game now, re-evolutionized this game in terms with the 3-ball. You know, now every kid think they could come out and just shoot the 3-ball. You know, I always want to shoot the 3-ball. You know, that's not where he started. So it's a process to get to that, but that's what he was able to do. And with his brother Seth and playing as well, you know, Def and Sonya did an amazing job with those kids. And their daughter Sadell as well, you know, was a volleyball player. And seeing both on this stage, getting their shine, being able to play, that lets you know, where that talent pool lies, you know, how grateful and, you know, how skillful those guys are. You know, you had the wife, Sonya hit a half-court shot this summer. It was all over the internet, so I'm proud to see those two guys prosper, as well as seeing Dell and Sonya witness it.
If you enjoyed the video, please consider going to mulliganbrothers.com, where you can now buy the new Inspire Change t-shirts, the LFG t-shirts, the Hardest Worker in the Room t-shirts. Everybody who's been supporting us has made this project possible, and projects like this in the future possible. We cannot fly all around the world with our film crew and ourselves and do these interviews and documentaries without your support. So thank you very much. The support has been amazing and we appreciate it. Also, there is a join button down below where you can consider becoming